Okay, we right back. We right back. So that shit was crazy, family. And I was like, y'all gotta do what? For what? So basically, if I didn't get that done, I was told that it could lead to more problems and other issues and other shit could come up. But if I get the DNC, they can check and see exactly what it is, and they can stop it right then and there, and also prevent other shit from coming back. I see y'all got me fucked up. Mad y'all, I wasn't as raw as I am now. Okay, I'm raw with the shit now. But I wasn't as raw then as I am now. So I said, well, I'll just take my chances, bruh. Because that means I would have to be asleep, put on the anesthesia, for y'all to go up in me and do what the fuck y'all want to do to my body, and I not be conscious about it. No, what the fuck? Not I. Not the fuck I. You know what I mean? And at that very moment, I knew me and doctors wouldn't get along. I knew me and hospitals and this whole hospital medical shit. I knew me and these motherfuckers would never get along. Okay? At that point, that's when I really started my journey to my medical shit. Okay? Found Dr. Sebi, and I just went on and on and on and on. And it's been about 8-9 years since I've been on this shit. Okay, so I have progressed a lot from 20 to 28. See what I'm saying? I'll be 29 next year, and I'm going to progress more. I'm not stopping here. You know what I mean? That's why I'm always in my books. I'm always in my books, and I got the most up-to-date books, not just the old ones. That's why when I'm actually done with all the old ones, I will be giving those away for free. I will be doing book giveaways because I got all the up-to-date medical books. All the fuck of them. Okay? So, I'm saying that to say this, family. If these motherfuckers could get you to believe that you have a disease on a mental level, if they could get you to accept it mentally, okay, psychologically, then they already got you. They already fucking got you. And like I said, a lot of this shit stems from the thought process first, okay? That's what the nocebo effect is. You are expecting something negative. You are expecting something negative to come up out of this. So by you having that negative expectation, you're going to have a very negative outcome. Okay? And probably even death. Okay? That's the way your mind attacks your body. When you think of some shit, you make yourself sicker. Okay? The doctor's going to give you the motherfucking thought. Okay? They going to give you the thought. But how are you going to guard yourself? How are you going to guard your mental? How are you going to guard yourself from this fucking evilness? You mean to tell me that I got this disease and ain't no cure for it? Who is you to tell me some shit? Like, who the fuck is you to tell me there ain't no cure for my body? How? How are the Buddhist monks able, like I said in part 1, how are the Buddhist monks able to heal themselves through meditation? This is where I was getting at with my story, okay? So after that, I told them I'd take my chances and my risk or whatever. And then I started looking into meditation and how to actually heal yourself through mass mind meditation. Okay, man, y'all, I'm 19, 20 at this time. But I found that shit out. Got deep into that shit. I'm talking about deep into that shit. Okay? And when I tell you I healed myself, this is family. I'm not sitting up here bullshitting with y'all. This is a real fucking story. I had a cyst on each of my fucking ovaries. And this shit probably came from my diet at the time. Okay? Because I'm pretty sure everybody ain't fucking vegan. And the motherfucking ones that are, everybody started off eating meat. Bitch, we grew up on that shit. Fuck is you talking about? We grew up on meat and dairy. Okay? If you ain't born a vegan, nigga, you grew up on meat and dairy. So all of us did. So while motherfuckers be sitting online trying to act like that they was a vegan from birth, no the fuck you are not. Okay? We all have our own journey and our own path to walk on. So we grew up on that shit. Okay? We grew up on meat and dairy. We grew up taking motherfucking vaccinations. I grew up. I'm going to say me. I grew up on meat and dairy. I grew up on taking vaccinations. I grew up on all this shit. This is how I know what fucked me up and what to not to do to my kids to fuck them up. Okay? I got my menstrual when I was 8 years old. Young as fuck. 8 years old. My daughter is 9. My oldest daughter is 9 and she has yet to have one. She know about it, but she is a year older than me from when I started. Because I'm not fucking my kids up how my parents fucked us up. And I'm not saying that because making it seem like my parents are bad. You know what I'm saying? They didn't have this information. My parents didn't have this information. That's why we got school physicals. That's why we was getting vaccinations. That's why we was eating meat, chicken, pork chops, and macaroni and cheese and all this shit. That's why we grew up like that. Because my parents didn't have this information. They didn't have this knowledge. And had they did have this information, we probably would have grew up a lot more healthier. Okay? That's why my 9-year-old, she'll be 10 next year. She hasn't even spotted. Okay? So while motherfuckers want to sit up and try to talk shit, how are you raising your kids? How the fuck are you raising your kids? The reason why because I was born in 1990. That's what this tattoo say right here, family. Because a lot of people was asking me. I was born 1990, Easter Sunday, April 15th. Okay? In the 90s, I felt like a lot of motherfucking shit was experiments. A lot of shit was experiments. And I was one of the people being experimented on. Me and my brothers and my siblings and stuff. We was being experimented on with the vaccinations. You have to get this vaccination in order to prevent this disease. Okay? Not knowing that these vaccinations are making us get these diseases that can cause other diseases. It's not preventing shit. This shit is pumping us full of shit. And that's why a lot of girls was developing early, getting their menstrual cycles early. I was one of them, 8 years old in summer camp. I'll never forget that motherfucking day. But my oldest child, who's 9 years old, not even a spot. I'm doing something the fuck right. I'm doing something right. See what I'm saying? So I look at my kids and I compare them to me a lot when I was growing up, as far as our health. Okay? Far as our health, because honestly, a light cycle next to no cycle is very fucking healthy. A very light cycle next to no cycle is very healthy, and she has yet to have one. 9 years, she has yet to have one. Then I got an 8-year-old and I got a 1-year-old, all girls. Okay, so I'm raising them, raising them all the same. Okay, ain't no vaccinations over here. Ain't no fucking meat and dairy over here, okay? None of that shit, period, point blank. So, but it's just all about your mental, okay? So what I did was I went into mind meditation, okay? And family, when I tell y'all that I haven't had cysts on my ovaries since, I have yet to have more cysts or anything with my reproductive organs. Nothing. And you can feel when you have cysts because that shit hurts. Okay? Right in your pelvic area. That shit hurts. I have yet to have any. I didn't have to go in there and get cut. I didn't have to go and get no motherfucking DNC. They ain't have to scrape shit up out of me. But I healed myself through my own mind. This is a real fucking story. Like, I want to write a book about this shit. But that's what the Buddhist monks do. They are able to heal themselves through mass mind meditation. Okay? So like I said, once they tell you some shit and you accept it mentally, you just better be ready to get that shit manifested physically. It's going to manifest because you done already accepted it. You done already accepted it. Okay? That's how psychosomatic illnesses occur. And that's why mass psychosomatic illnesses is a weapon of mass destruction, because you are killing yourself through your own mind, through the media, through logos, billboards, TV. This is called programming. So once they program this shit into us, okay, once they program this shit into us on these different diseases and shit, it's already here. So now we already expecting the negative shit. That's what psychosomatic illness is, okay? That's what the nocebo effect is. That's what the fuck it is, okay? You are expecting something negative. And the more you expect that shit, the worse you are. The worse you become. The sicker you become. See what I'm saying? See, they're not going to tell you this shit. They're not going to tell you that they're playing psychological games with you. This is a psychological warfare as well. Like I said, it ain't just the physical shit they got against us. It's the spiritual shit too. It's the psychological shit too. See what I'm saying? Let me give y'all an example. How old was I when that anthrax shit came up? Y'all remember anthrax? What was that? Anthrax was a powdery substance that was supposed to be on an attack on the U.S., and they was putting anthrax in people's mail. So when you go to your mailbox and open up your mail, this powdery substance will come up from you opening up your mail. And once you breathe that shit in, you supposed to die. You were supposed to die. Okay, anthrax. Do y'all remember that shit? I remember anthrax, okay? And I was a little girl at the time. I was a little girl at the time. So when I kept hearing everybody talk about anthrax, I did not want to check. My mama used to have me check the mailbox. That was my job. One of my chores was to check the mailbox. And I used to like checking the mailbox, okay? I used to like checking the mailbox better than I liked washing dishes. So when it was time for me to check the mailbox, I'd check that motherfucking mailbox, okay? But when anthrax came up, I did not want to check that mailbox because I didn't want to breathe in that shit and die. I didn't want anthrax. I did not. How many of y'all remember anthrax? Am I tripping? I'm not tripping. How many of y'all remember anthrax? Okay? But I didn't want to check the mailbox because I didn't want to breathe in that shit. It was a powdery substance that they was putting in people's mails because it was an attack on the U.S. and it was supposed to kill everybody once you breathe it in. So you go to your mailbox, you open up your mail or whatever, or some shit like that, and you breathe the shit in, or it's already on the mail, like on the mail without even opening it. And if you breathe the shit in, the substance in, you end up dying, passing out, falling out, dying from breathing in anthrax. So I'm a little ass girl not wanting to check the mail because I didn't want the fucking anthrax, okay? That was a psychological weapon. That was a psychological warfare. By me hearing this on the news, my mama used to watch the news all the time, okay? There's an attack on the United States, anthrax, okay? Be careful when you're checking your mail. Be careful when you're checking your mailbox. Always wash your hands and this, that, and the other. There's an attack on the U.S. via anthrax. So I'm hearing this. I'm hearing my mama talk about it. I'm hearing neighbors talk about it. People talking about it in school. All this shit. And me being a little girl, I didn't want to die. Like, I'm a little girl at the time, so I didn't want to die. But I didn't want to check the mailbox because I didn't want to catch anthrax. That was a psychological warfare. Okay? That was psychological. I'm hearing this shit. So I've already processed it. Okay? Once I already processed it, I was expecting that when I go and check that mailbox, I'm going to breathe in this fucking anthrax and I'm going to fucking die. Okay? Psychosomatic illness. Psychosomatic. Mass psychosomatic. Okay? So that's how the fuck they play tricks on you. Another thing, Ebola. Okay? Y'all remember Ebola? That shit wasn't too long ago. Now, when Ebola came up, I paid that shit no mind because I already knew at this point, like, these motherfuckers is playing games, okay? But I was hearing people, okay? Because now I'm an adult now, and I'm on my journey now, and I know what's psychological warfare, what's a psyop, I'm knowing what's all this shit, psychological games they playing with us, you know? Ebola come up, everybody wearing face masks, everybody wearing protective suits. Motherfuckers ain't wanting to go to work. People just, you know, they got the whole world going crazy over motherfucking Ebola. Okay? People was expecting something negative from Ebola. When a motherfucker cough, okay, now you looking at this motherfucker sideways thinking they got Ebola because of all the shit that's coming on the news. Everybody at work talking about it. Neighbors talking about it. Everybody is talking about Ebola and not wanting to catch that shit. So if a motherfucker do like this, you looking at that motherfucker crazy because you don't want to catch Ebola. You expecting something negative. psychological, psychosomatic warfare. Okay? Psychological, psychosomatic warfare. This shit is crazy. Kind of the same shit what they did with HIV. Even though HIV was created, but they tell you it's no cure. They say that you will have this for the rest of your life. And then they tell you these are the side effects. And this is where a lot of people get sicker, okay? This is where a lot of people get sicker at after they have been diagnosed with things like HIV and cancer, okay? It's all in your thoughts process. Remember what I said, 75 to 90% of illnesses and even deaths stems from your prefrontal cortex of you thinking negative thoughts, giving birth to negative thoughts, which will eventually manifest into the physical. So your mind just attacked your own body. You made your own self sicker and probably even killed your own self psychologically. So everybody watching this video, go look up the nocebo effect and go look up mass psychosomatic illnesses. Go and look up how you fuck yourself up through your thought process. Go and look up how you can even kill yourself through your thought process. It's all about what you believe in. What do you give your power, your energy to? What do you believe in? Because, like I said, I can go to the doctor tomorrow and get a blood test, and a motherfucker can tell me that I have HIV. But just because they tell me that, do that mean that I have to accept that? Do that mean that you have to accept that you're going to have cancer and you only have a couple of years to live? Does that mean that you have to accept that you is going to have all your fucking hair fall out and be bald, even though these things do happen? But remember, remember, people get sicker after the diagnosis. People become sicker after the diagnosis. And see, they know the psychological games. They know this shit. But we don't. Nobody is talking about how your mind attacks your body, how you can literally make yourself sick, how you can literally kill yourself. Ain't nobody talking about this shit. This is why I am. This is why I am. You can't, in a million motherfucking years, tell a Buddhist monk, you got HIV, you got 2 years to live. Nigga, who you talking to? Nigga, what? Nigga, I'm going to go into my mass mind meditation and I'm finna just throw out every motherfucking thing you just said to me. Nigga, I don't accept that. I'm not accepting that into my geomagnetic force field. I'm not accepting your spells that you trying to cast on me. And then if I accept it mentally and I think about it, nigga, I'm fucking myself up more. I'm casting spells on my own damn self by my own thought process. What? Shit is crazy, family. So, basically, the nocebo effect, okay, I wrote it down. Again, detrimental effect on the health produced by psychological or psychosomatic factors of a negative expectation. That's it. If you expect negative, you get negative. That's the polarity of the universe. This is simple. And it might not sound like it, but I have lived it. I have healed myself through meditation. Okay? I have healed myself through meditation. You can't tell me nothing. I don't give a fuck what the fuck it is. You can't tell. It's up to me to accept that or not. It's up to me to accept that or not. And if I accept it mentally, I done already birthed that negative expectation, I'm getting ready to manifest some negative shit. That's all it is, family. So you have to know how to heal yourself on a physical level, as far as the herbs and the plants and all that shit. But you really have to know how to heal yourself mentally. Because once you heal yourself here, your body will follow. The mind and body are in an intimate relationship. This is facts. The doctor ain't gonna tell you that though, because it's a revolving door. This shit is crazy, family. And I'm telling you right now, like, a doctor would not fucking see me. Like, I would literally embarrass one of these motherfuckers out here. For real, for real. That's why in my last video, I'm like, anybody out there with a PhD, a MD, motherfucking medical doctor want to come and speak with me? Nigga, let's do a show. I will highly embarrass your ass. Because the same tricks that they know, I know. So, nigga, you can't out slick a can of oil, nigga. You cannot fool me. Nigga, you greasy, but I'm slick. I know the same shit you know. But you just ain't telling this. Let me tell y'all something. Not a lot. Doctors, lawyers, anybody that work in any branch of the government, okay, they take a specific oath, okay? And this is going into another video because it's going into another subject. They take a specific oath, okay? And it's certain levels of information that can't be put out, okay? What the fuck is it called? I was just looking at this the other day. The Secret Intelligence Agency, I think. The Secret Intelligence Agency. I'm not sure. I'm going to have to go back into my notes. But that's another video. But they all take an oath. I don't give a fuck what nobody say. I don't give a fuck. This is facts, okay? Because I went to school for pre-law. I'm telling you that right now. But anyway, I'm going to get into that part. But anyway, your doctors, lawyers, motherfucking, anybody that work in any branch of the government, they take a specific oath to only put out certain information, okay? That's why a lot of people, say for instance, right, women that have had C-sections, okay? They tell you that after your first C-section, all your other C-sections is going to be a C-section. I mean, all your other births is going to be a C-section. So if you have one C-section, all your other births after that will be C-section. That's a fucking lie. Because my first daughter was an emergency C-section. She was an emergency C-section. My first one, because her heart rate was dropping. It was life and death for me and her. Okay? I was on bed rest for what? 3-4 months. First pregnancy was crazy, family. But, so they tell you that. But the reason why they tell you that, if they get you to believe that, they tell you all these side effects and shit that can happen and complications that you can have trying to have a natural birth after you didn't have a C-section, after you didn't only had one C-section. That's a lie because I'm living proof of it right now. Proof. I done had 2 births naturally after my first C-section, and my last one was a home birth. So why the fuck these doctors lying? Where y'all at? Where y'all at? Why y'all out here lying? Because you have to. You took an oath. And then every C-section they do, that's a $10,000 bonus on their check. Okay? So if they can convince you of some fuck shit to do whatever they got to do to get that bonus so they can go ahead and cut you for no motherfucking apparent reason, then they gonna do it. But see, like I said, a lot of people don't ask. You don't take up for yourself. Take up for yourself by starting asking questions. Take up for yourself by thinking for yourself. Putting your trust in some motherfucking body who motherfucker can't even cure a common cold. Okay? I have people out here, like I said, I live in North Dakota. I have people coming to me all the time talking about can you make me some medicine? Because I went to the doctor and they told me that they can't prescribe me nothing for my child cold and that it'll just pass. So let your child be in pain, agony, and sick and just let it pass? Excuse me? Yo, these doctors is stupid. They smart, but they stupid. They smart because they only know they textbook shit. They only know they textbook shit. What do they know outside of what they've been taught? Nothing. Nothing. Okay? And even if they did, they don't promote it. They can't. That goes against their oath. It goes against it. See what I'm saying? But this is what I'm saying, family. Once you heal your mind, your body will follow. That's just that simple. Okay? So this is how they create mass psychosomatic illnesses. By advertising shit on TV, advertising shit on billboards, advertising shit on the radio, putting shit out there, y'all accepting this shit into y'all mental. And once you accept it mentally, once you done accepted it mentally, then it manifests through the physical plane. And then that's how you got all this shit out here. That's how you got all this shit out here. Okay? Change the way you think. Ask questions. Hell, study. Start with YouTube if you got to. Start with Google if you have to. But that shit only gonna take you so far. After you done bypassed all that, then get into the books. Okay? And shit just gonna start coming to you. I'm telling you, this is how I learned. Okay? This is how I fucking learned. I'm going on 9 years on my holistic healing shit. And when my family got some shit going on, they call me. Now, I'm getting ready to do another video, family, right? And in this video, I want to say in the next couple days. I'm not really sure. But in this video, it's crazy. A lot of people have came to me with issues about boils and cysts. How can you heal and cure a boil or a cyst holistically without getting cut? Okay? Now, my mama called me last night. And she know I'm making this video. And she want to be on the show to come and give her testimony. Okay? So she already know I'm about to talk about this. I got her permission already. She called me last night, right, family? And she told me that she got this lump under her arm. And she been having it there for some years. I didn't know about this. I'm like, why you ain't been told me before? Okay, whatever. She got this lump under her arm, very small, size of a pea. Very tiny. But you can see it's a fucking lump. And it ain't supposed to be there. So she said she goes to the doctor or the hospital. Doctor ain't able to tell her shit. They told her maybe it's the deodorant she using. Okay? But it's nothing to worry about. But if you want to get it removed, you can have it lanced. Lanced means cut. So she would have to go to the hospital to get cut so this boil or a cyst or whatever was under her arm can drain. So she called me last night. I said, I'll call you in the morning because I was asleep when she called me last night. Okay. Call her 7 o'clock this morning. Tell her to let me see it. She let me see it. I said, no, that's definitely not a boil. It's the difference between a cyst and a boil. And I'm going to talk about that in the next video when I'm going to have her on. Or the show. I said, that's definitely not a boil. That look more like a cyst. And it looked like it's filled with a lot of fluid and liquids. And this is just from my observation, just by me looking at it. I can tell the difference between a cyst and a boil. Okay? She said, yeah, it don't feel like a boil because she didn't have boils before too. I said, let me get my books out. So I get my books out and I diagnosed her. So there was a small cyst, but it can grow bigger if you don't take care of it now. She said that she do not want to go to the hospital and have to get cut because she has done that before. Okay? So I don't want to get cut. She said, what can I do for this? This is my mama, y'all. What can I do for this? How can I get rid of this? Okay? This morning, it was a bump right here under her arm. Just this morning. So I tell her my secret recipe, my medication, tell her how to make it, what to do with it, how many times a day to apply it, how long, all that shit. Okay? She called, what time is it? It's 9:51 now. She called me about 2 hours ago, very excited. Like, go ahead and make your video. Because I told my mama, I don't want to make the video without the results first. Okay? Let's get the results first. She called me at exactly about 2 hours ago. And she was showing me, she's on video. I got very graphic photos before and after. And I got a video. Like, it was disgusting. It almost made me want to throw up. I couldn't even barely look at it. But I had to, though. Just today, but I said, I don't want to give it away, family, because I'm going to reveal it in the next video on what I told her to do, my own personal medication, how to make it, how to apply it, all type of shit. Okay? Now, this thing was about the size of a pea, but if she didn't do what she needed to do, it could have got bigger. Okay? She called me about 2 hours ago, and she was like, it's draining. It done came to a head now, and it's draining. I'm like, okay, keep doing it, though, because you want that infection to come out. Now, a cyst and boils only build up from viral infection, bacterial infection, all type of shit. That's where those shits come from. That's where those shits stem from infections, okay? So So that's where her cyst came from. And like I said, she been having this for years and I didn't even know about it. Okay. So I said, okay, cool, let it drain. You're doing good. Keep doing it though, right? We hang up. 20 minutes later, she called me and all this shit was coming out of the cyst. It was fucking coming out. And I'm like, I can't look, it's nasty. But it was coming out. Okay? So I said, go ahead, just finish squeezing the stuff out. Just do it. Just do it. I didn't want to look at it. After it was done, she called me about 5 minutes after that. She was like, I got to show you your result. This is the end result. Everything was out. It's just a hole now. Where the infection was, where the cyst was, it's just a hole there now because it then came out. Okay? That buildup of infection that was round and very hard like a ball, okay, it came out. So I'm snapping pictures and everything, and we sitting on the phone, we talking about it. I'm like, didn't I tell you? Didn't I tell you? When my family is in need for something, medically, they got something to do with their health, I'm the motherfucker they call. Okay? You don't go run into no emergency room. Now imagine if she would have had to get cut under her arm. All she got to do now is keep gauze under there and let that shit heal. That's all she have to do now. So when we dealing with cysts and boils, all that shit builds up from infection, and it got a lot to do with what the fuck you eating. And I told my mama, okay, now that that's gone, now that that shit is completely gone, because she been having it for years, now you have to do a full body detox. And like I said, I'm all the way in North Dakota. She in Chicago. So all she really did was follow my instructions. And I'm going to tell y'all, when I make this video, it's some very graphic photos, family. But I have to show y'all this. I have to show y'all the before it popped, when it popped, and then after all that shit was out. I have to show y'all this, okay? You have to study to show self-approval, and I have to come and show y'all my work because I don't bullshit about the shit that I do. I don't bullshit about this. So anybody dealing with boils and cysts, my next video is going to be strictly for y'all because people have come to me about boils and cysts. Okay? And nobody wants to keep going to the hospital to keep getting motherfucking cut to let the infection out. When it's shit that you can do if you be consistent with. See, I thought it was going to take longer. I told her, apply this shit for a week, 2 to 3 times a day. 2 to 3 times a day. And then eventually it will come to a head, pop, and drain itself. And then you will be relieved of the pain. Just last night she called me. Just last night. So it didn't even take 48 hours for her to get that shit, to get it to pop. For one, because she was consistent with it. So between last night and today, there's no more cyst under her arm. Okay? And I got the photos, I got the video, y'all. So it's gonna be age restricted. I'm letting y'all know it's gonna be very graphic, but I have to show y'all this, family. I really have to. I'm going to have her on. I'm going to let her say what she got to say so she can explain it to maybe people who have had to deal with cysts or are dealing with cysts and boils and don't know how to get rid of them. Okay? This shit, I don't do this shit for play. I don't do it for fun. I do this shit because, like, I really do think I'm destined to do this. You know? I'm my mama firstborn and her oldest. So the fact that I am able to take care of her the way that I do, yo, that mean a lot to me. And I'm going to be like that. I feel like if we take care of our elder, if we fucking take care of our elder the way we supposed to, the world would be a much better place. But anyway, family, I'm going to end this video right here. I hope I really touched base on nocebo effect and psychosomatic illnesses deep enough for y'all. So if y'all have any more questions regarding to the nocebo effect or psychosomatic illnesses on how your mind actually attacks your body and makes you sicker and develop diseases, leave it in the comments, okay? So this is part 2 to breaking down the nocebo and psychosomatic illnesses, all right? Peace.